Would you like to learn what winning cult coin has the potential to be the next SPX, the next Doge, and go from microcap to top 100 altcoin with 1,000 to 100,000x potential? My name's the Suppoman, your superhero of 100 to 1,000x gems, and in the last 8 years, I have found the most explosive multiplying cryptocurrencies, one of which went over 2,000x. So if you love content like this, make sure you smash a like on this video. If we get to 5,000 likes, I will be giving $1,000 of either SPX or the SPX rival token to 3 subscribers in the comments. And make sure that you subscribe. And if you subscribe, leave me a comment to say you have subscribed and which of the 2 tokens you want and why, so I know who to give it to. The crypto market has finally come alive. In the last video, we have moved up 12 whole points. And because we have been in a Bitcoin season for so long, now is the time we are going to start seeing a pivot into altcoins. We have seen Bitcoin reach a height of 123,000, obliterating the old all-time high. And even more encouraging is that Ethereum has exploded over 3,000, doing 18%. Ethereum represents the altcoin market. So Ethereum outperforming Bitcoin is foreshadowing the likely altcoin season. Only the strongest narratives are going to be what pumps ginormously in altcoin season. Now, as we head towards euphoria at the end of this year, Wall Street is going to be coming. And I think that Wall Street are going to be eyeing up some strong meme contenders to outperform their stocks and blue chip crypto portfolio. This institutional interest in meme coins is what's going to generate a colossal meme coin super cycle. So which meme coin do I think has enormous potential to be attractive to Wall Street? As usual, nothing I say is to be construed as financial advice. Crypto is largely unregulated and high risk, and people who invest should be prepared to lose all their money. And everything I say to you in this video is for informational and educational purposes only. The most explosive meme coins right now are dog mascots like BONK and TradFi meta like SPX. SPX only 8 months ago was a mere $9 million. And then in the last year, it has gone up 1,000x. Now, SPX6900 is a TradFi meta coin. This is friendly to those on Wall Street, friendly to stockbrokers and bankers, because this is their language. The SPX is an American stock market index of 500 companies with a value of $50 trillion. And this is the narrative of SPX. And as a result of that narrative, this has gone from a mere $10 million to now being nearly $2 billion market cap. Now, the most successful cryptocurrencies of all time are mascot cryptocurrencies. Pengu, BONK, Flocky, Whiff, and SHIB, they are all mascot-based meme coins. That's something that SPX actually lacks. But the best cryptocurrencies ever have been Dogecoin. This got to near $100 billion in the last market cycle. Shiba went to over $40 billion. BONK has gone to $4 billion, and this is new. Not only are they mascot coins, but they were all based on Shiba Inus. And same as Dog with Hat. This has been another explosive multiplier. This one actually has done a 1 millionx in this market cycle alone. Mascot dog cryptocurrencies have always been the best performers. But as you can see with SPX, there is no crossover of the 2 narratives. And this is where Doge comes in. Doge is a combination of the Dow Jones and Doge, therefore creating a Shiba Inu mascot that is TradFi friendly. And it has got a ticker just like SPX6900. So this one is DJI, which is the Dow Jones Index, 69, which means flip, and then the 30, which are the 30 American companies within the Dow Jones Index. And you will recognize all of these household names. What you also notice about these Dow Jones companies is that the upside is very, very small. Most stocks go up or down 1% on a daily basis, meaning that it's an extremely slow moving market, and the only people that makes huge amounts of money are extremely rich people already, massive multi-millionaires and billionaires. DJI 6930 stands as an asset for the people because this has way more upside, way more promise and potential than any of the Dow Jones companies put together. This combines the mascot with the TradFi. So you have got the perfect asset for stockbrokers, bankers, Wall Street. right? They are going to be searching around for something that they can invest in that is within their lexicon. And they are going to be all too aware of Doge anyway, because Doge is the best performing meme coin of all time. It's the original meme coin. So this combines what they know, which is the Dow Jones, with the meme coin they'll know about, which is Doge. So that makes this ultra appealing to TradFi. Now, if you go on this website, and if any banker or stockbroker goes on this website, they're going to see images and icons that they are used to. Okay, so what you can see at the top here, this top bar, is a kind of moving ticker of all of the Dow Jones companies. Now, if you press this, which is the flip the Dow, then they turn into cryptos, which is fantastic. So this has appeal for not only TradFi, but also the retail investors, the degens, because this is basically appealing to both. It's playing both sides. You've got stocks and cryptos, you've got a mascot and TradFi. Like, as far as I'm concerned, this one is the perfect symbiosis of the most successful narratives in crypto history. DJI6930 boasts all of the best characteristics of the most valuable cryptocurrencies. Like I've already shown you, Doge, Shiba, WIF and BONK, all of which are multiple billion-dollar cryptocurrencies. And SPX, which is going towards being multiple billions also. But what I see in DJ6930 is that it really has everything. They're movement based. You know, people are joining this movement because there is an objective, an ambitious, potentially delusional target of $30 trillion. So not only are they looking to flip the Dow Jones 30, but 30 trillion is their target. Now, the target for SPX 6900 is 50 trillion, which is much harder to achieve, 2.5 times what DJI 6930 is looking to achieve. But SPX has really made incredible progress, going from, as I say, $9 million market cap to nearly $2 trillion market cap because it's chasing that ambitious goal. It's got a cult community. We have a look at Murad, right? So Murad follows a lot of the Aeons. The Aeons are the cult community of SPX, right? And they're symbolized by this kind of yen graph going up and this magnet. So if you are part of the SPX community, you will have this on your X account. Today, Doge released the Trinites, right? So the Trinites is a community within Doge. So where SPX has the Aeons, Doge has the Trinites. People have now started to include the symbols of the Trinites on their X account, and I have started following quite a few of them. And look, this has only been live for a few hours. Imagine when this movement really begins to pick up some steam, when the network effect grows like a snowball, then you're going to see tons of people with these icons on their Twitter account. You know, Doge is going from strength to strength. Like, this has now been out only 2 weeks, and they've already blown up to over 3,000 subscribers, 60% increase from the previous week, and now they have got the Doge Trinites community, which has only been open today, and as you can see, there's a lot of fantastic artwork, which really mirrors that of the SPX community. You know, there is a lot of artwork that comes out of the SPX community that people can share, and therefore get more members. That gives diamond-handedness. So, a reason why SPX has blown up to where it has is because people have the faith. They buy, they believe, and that belief makes them hold. And by holding, it allows for new investors to keep on making the price go up. And the same with DJI 6930. To me, it's Bitcoin 2.0. Why? Because Bitcoin's original mission was to find an alternative payment and banking system to the traditional model, to traditional finance, to overthrow traditional finance, essentially. And DJI 6930 is doing the exact same thing, looking to flip the stock market and give an asset not only to retail investors and degens, but also to TradFi investors who may be wanting to add some risk to their portfolio. This has the very early qualities of Bitcoin. Decentralization. SPX has a distribution score of 5.69. Now, the closer to 0 it is, the worse it is, right? So 0 equals single holder control, and 100 equals perfect distribution of tokens. Now, 100 is incredibly hard to achieve, basically everybody having an equal sum. So that's very difficult to achieve anyway. But the closer to 100 it is, the better. Now, SPX and Murad say that they've got a very good decentralization score and pride themselves on their decentralization. If we have a look at DJI 6930, then we can see it is 10.49. Double that of SPX. So even greater decentralization, meaning no single holder can take it down. No one can rug the project. If you want to know why distribution score and decentralization is incredibly important, there is no better example than this. So this is a cryptocurrency called altcoin. This one was spreading like wildfire all over Twitter. And this went to $200 million market cap very, very quickly. We have a look at altcoins distribution score. This was 0.44, very close to single holder control. Under 1, closer to 0 than it is to 1. And as a result of having such a catastrophic distribution score, that's what led to this tanking 100x down. It went from 200 million down to 2 million market cap in literally the space of a day. And there are 88,000 hodlers. Now, you would have thought with 88,000 holders that this would keep the price stable because there's so many hodlers that the risk is spread out through. No, they had really bad distribution where the whales had the majority supply. And as a result of that, they were able to cash out incredibly well. Look at all these big cash outs from people who had huge amounts of the tokens. So by having a very, very low distribution score, this is why the whales were able to get out and all of retail got wrecked. So decentralization is incredibly important to protect the entire community. And Doge has this just as much as SPX, Doge, and Bitcoin. Now, in terms of TradFi friendliness, this is where it gets a little more complicated. So DJI6930 does have it because it's got the ticker, it's got the Wall Street type emblem. Okay, so this is an emblem that you would likely see on a Wall Street bank. You know, it's got that kind of aggression, that fierceness. This is something like you'd see out of Wolf of Wall Street, you know, Stratton Oakmont, you know, that kind of logo, right? So it's kind of perfect. So therefore, it's TradFi friendly. Doge is not TradFi friendly because other than being the most valuable meme coin in the market, like, it doesn't actually do anything to attract TradFi. How do you get TradFi friendliness combined with a commercial mascot? Well, as you can see, hardly anybody's achieving that. So DJI6930 has it with the Shiba Inu. SPX doesn't have a mascot, it's just got text. Doge is a mascot, but it's not TradFi. So it doesn't really have anything over DJI6930. Bitcoin, obviously, is not a commercial mascot. It's not something that, you know, normies are going to see and think, oh, that's a cute dog, I like that. And then Ondo, again, no mascot, very, very corporate, serious, faceless looking. The meme content coming out of DJI6930 is fantastic. Like, obviously, you can go to the Doge Trinites and you can see all of the various memes, but look at these memes also. Colourful and very, very hypnotic, spiritual. Okay, and that's what really Doge is about. So not only a dog coin mixed with TradFi, but it's also got very spiritual foundations, you know, a vibrational force based on belief, conviction, right? So believe always. And you can see with the kind of psychedelic styling that this is very much a spiritual coin. And there are just tons and tons of really good artwork. And one of the best taglines of Doge are these. So first of all, don't gamble, hold and manifest. So the approach of being a hodler of Doge is it's not about gambling. It's not about trading. You're not looking at multipliers. It's about not moving from coin to coin. It's about not gambling. It's about just holding and manifesting that overall target. Another tagline is this: buy, believe, broadcast. And that is the ultimate philosophy of Doge. You just buy it, you believe in it, and then you broadcast it. You talk about it wherever you can. On X, on YouTube, to your friends, your family. And let's have a look at the darling of this market cycle, which is Pepe. Pepe has just got natural commercial appeal because people will recognize Pepe as a character in meme lore. Pepe came into fame as part of Donald Trump's presidential campaign. So he's just got a lot of recognition. But I mean, the guys at Pepe, they post like, you know, 2 or 3 times a month, right? And if we have a look at the memes that they share, I mean, they're pretty boring. You know, it's just the Pepe face, and sometimes he's excited, sometimes he's just like chilling, smiling, or, you know, crazy. But there's nothing really depthy there. I mean, this is depth. You know, what they've got here is basically depictions of religion. They've got a really ambitious mission, but true belief in it. You know, anything is possible when you believe. So, I mean, the meme content coming out of DJI6930 is top notch, right? And, you know, so it's the same with SPX and Doge as well, because just like Pepe, it's a very recognizable figure. They don't need to do much work. It's recognizable. Dow Jones, Bitcoin and Ondo have absolutely no meme content. So you can already see that DJI6930 is really the best of everything. And it's an RWA coin as well, because real world assets include stocks. And of course, this is a stock market ticker. Essentially, this is just like Housecoin. So where one house coin equals one house, that is seen as an RWA meme coin. And same for this. What I find is that normies, and that's where it comes to being normie friendly, normies are more likely to enjoy the RWA exposure they'd have with DJI than they would with Ondo. Because Ondo is kind of technical, there's a lot you need to kind of understand, and so it's not normie friendly. So what DJI has is it's got the normie friendliness with RWA. It makes it accessible. Non-inflationary means there's not going to be loads of token unlocks that dilutes the overall price. That happens pretty much with all coins. And it's a very clever tactic for founders and VCs to be able to make way more money, right? Because they'll see a coin price very high, they'll just add more supply and sell at that current price, therefore bringing the price right down. Because when there's a token unlock, it's really who is the first to sell into that. And let's face it, the VCs are going to be the first to know as well as the founders, and they're going to be first. And that's why the price crashes. And that's why you've got coins like Celestia that came out at $2.30, today is under $2, right? So it went from like $2 all the way up to $20, and now it's under $2. And that's because of token unlocks, right? And so that's something that, you know, DJI 6930 is never going to suffer from because it's fully diluted. So what's out there is all that's out there. It's never going to have dilution. SPX the same, Doge the same. The same can't be said with everything else, including Bitcoin. The bit that actually tips this in favor of DJI 6930 more than anything is this is a micro cap. You know, everything else is a large cap, if not blue chip, and Bitcoin's the biggest. But what you can see overall here is that DJI 6930 has all of the qualities of all of the top either indexes or cryptos, and is a micro cap at the same time. Therefore meaning it's undoubtedly the best opportunity right now for high return on investment. And at this point, right now, it is only 16.5 million. Okay, so this right now is kind of on a dip. This is only growing. Look how stable the price has been. You know, it's been very, very stable and it's very diamond-handed. And therefore just gives the appearance of what SPX 6900 had before it blew up. This went from less than 1 cent on the 10th of September to over $1 by the 15th of October. So it took 1 month for this to 100x, and it just keeps going. And so what we've got with Doge is a very similar thing. And the dog that is depicted, you know, the Shiba Inu, is basically what has worked for the best and most valuable meme coins of all time. Dogecoin, Shiba, Bonk, Dog with Hat, Flocky, but it mixes it with a TradFi friendly asset. You know, like Bitcoin, like Ondo, like SPX, right? So it combines both, really making it the ultimate, in my opinion, cult coin. Doge and the Trinites is only getting bigger. There's only going to be more happening with this. The network effect is growing. This is going to be covered by more people. It's going to be spread by its retail investors, exchange listings. You know, over time, I would imagine the biggest exchange listing. It really does incorporate the best of everything. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments, what do you like about Doge? Are you a Trinite? And do you see the value in this? And if you don't, what do you like right now? Let me know in the comments, and let me know in the comments what you'd like of SPX DJI 6930. Till next time, people, I've been the Suppoman. You have been amazing. It is lights out, all out.